Hi all. In this video we are going to see about how to configure EIGRP basics. Okay, let's get into the video. And this is a scenario. A, B, C and 3 routers are there, and this is a configuration to be done on each router. Let's get into the video. First, configure all IP addresses specified in the topology. We just want to configure all the IP address. Okay. Next, interface transition is 0/1. IP address should be 2.1, 55.25.55.0. Okay. That's 2. It will be 3.1. Configuring. Okay. Next is this is router C, and this is the fastethernet 0/1. It should be 2.2. 3.2. Just check whether the links are up. Okay. Okay, for router B. Okay, all the links are up. You can just make it quick thing. Neighbors. 168. This is router A. It should be connected to 1.2 pinging, and then it should be connected to 2.2 as well. Okay. 192. I shall take this. Then 192.168.1.1. It's pinging, and then it's 3.2. Yeah. Then in the case of router C, it should be 2.1, and it should be 3.1. Yeah. Everything seems to be fine now. Configure 3 loopback interfaces. Okay, the 3 loopback interfaces. Router A, B, and C. The following IP address. Okay. I'm going to create a 3 loopback interfaces. Next, over here, interface loopback 0 IP address 16.2.1. I'm using over here 0. .1. Okay, and just check whether the links are up. Okay, the links are up. So far so good. Then what's our next thing we have to do is configure EIGRP on all routers. Use AS number, achieve a full connectivity. Okay, we can do this. Router EIGRP1, this is nothing but AS number is 1. Then we need to configure what all the networks we are having. 168.1.0 and 3.0 here in this case, and then 172.16.2.0, and we need to provide a wildcard mask since it's a class belongs to a different class. That is, this network belongs to a class 3 network. We need to give the concerned wildcard mask for this network, or else there will be some issues in networking. Since EIGRP by default it will take a summarization. It will not disable a summarization. That is, it only takes a classful networks. It will not look into the classless network. So we just want to give the subnet mask, and then we need to disable auto summary. Okay, and then in order to disable auto summary, no auto summary. That's it. And then we just want to go to other routers also. Router EIGRP. This is one method of giving. If you are going to advertise all the networks in the router, the quick and simple way is to advertise all the networks as 0000 and wildcard mask is 0. No need of this 0000. That's it. And then give no auto summary. That's it. This is one of the quickest methods. It will be suitable for labs, but in terms of production network, this is not a preferable one. Router EIGRP1, no auto summary, network. That's it. You can just check whether EIGRP neighbors are formed or not. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Yeah, router E seems to be good. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Okay. It seems to be fine. Okay. You can also check the routing table. Show IP EIGRP topology also, you can just check it. What is the successor, feasible successor? This information will be given over here. I'm going to ping one of the loopback interface. Whether it is pinging or not, I just want to make sure. For that, we just want to take only the EIGRP routes. So I'm going to ping 1.1 network, 172.16.1.1. Yeah, pinging no issue in that. Just check it over here. 172.16.2.1. Good. And 172.16.3.1. Okay, it seems to be fine. There's no issue in that. Make sure you ping all the loopback interfaces. Okay, it's pinging. And router C should use router A to reach router B's loopback interface. Whereas router C should use router A's router E in order to reach a loopback interface of this. That is, a router C should use router E in order to reach this. Okay, we can do this. First, we just want to go on to router C and check. Okay, what is the loopback interface of this? Show IP interface brief. Loopback 0 is 2.1. Show IP 1.2.16 2.1 longer map prefix. Okay, it's being connected via fast Ethernet 0/1. Okay. 0/1 is directly connected to router B. So what we have to do is that in order to reach this network, that is a 2.0 network, it should go via fast Ethernet 0/0. That's what we are going to do. Okay, first for this we just want to check. This can be done by using two methods, either by changing a bandwidth or delay. In this case, I'm going to use a bandwidth. I'm going to change the bandwidth so that the metric might change. There is a feasible distance to reach. It will change automatically. We can achieve the connectivity. Okay. Show interface fast Ethernet 0/1. What's the bandwidth used here is 10,000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this bandwidth so that the best metric will be reduced. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. Bandwidth, I'm just changing it to 100. Show interface fast Ethernet 0/1. You can just check now the bandwidth is 100. Okay. Show IP route 172.16.2.1. Yeah, now it's reaching via fast Ethernet 0/0. Fast Ethernet 0/0 is router A. Okay, we achieved it. You can also just make a sure 172.16.2.1. It's been going to 172.162.1 and then 1.2. So 2.1 and then it's going to 1.2. So from router C, in order to reach a router B loopback interface, it's going to this interface. So you're going to router A and then from router A to router B. Okay. Achieve that. What is the next thing? Change the metric on all routers so the load and reliability will also be used. Okay. Just want to change the metric. There is a K values. For that we need to go to the EE. First we just check what is the metric that has been default over here. And check the show IP protocols. This is the metric that is by default K1 and K3 are enabled. K1 is a bandwidth and K3 is a delay. K2 and K4 are load and reliability. That's what is the information given on EIGRP. Okay, now we need to change this. Router EIGRP1 metric weight K. K1 value will be 1, K2 will be 1, K3 and K4. Okay, this is what we just want to give. By default 1 and 3, that is this, don't consider this, this is TOS supported, this is a different story. This is K1 and K3. By default we are going to enable on K2 and K4. That's what we are going to do. So we are just enabling it. Automatically the neighborship will be down in a couple of minutes. Yeah, it's down. Okay, there is no neighborship. You can just check and showing as a mismatch of K values. We just want to change this. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste it. Okay. That's it. I'm going to do the same in the router C, router EIGRP1. That's it. Now hope it's up. show IP EIGRP neighbors. Just confirm with all other routers. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Okay, so far so good. Now the neighborship has been formed after changing the K values. You can also check with show IP protocols K1, K2, K3, K4 and K5 is empty. It's not an issue. So K1, K2, K3 and K4 all has been used for metric calculation. This is what's the next thing we have to do is create an authentication between B and C. Keychain is My-KeyChain, Keyid is 1 and password is a pgrspot. Okay, we just want to create between a router B and C. That is in the interface of fastethernet 0/1. We need to create fastethernet 0/1 on both the routers, router B and C. Okay. Show the interface brief. This is what is here. So first initially I just want to create a keychain. For the keychain in there, create this My-KeyChain. Okay. Then Keyid is 1. Next is password. This key string. Just using an unencrypted password. The line that is going to use the pgrspot. Okay, that's it. Creating. We just want to apply it on interface. So interface fastethernet 0/1. IP authentication. Keychain. EIGRP. Autonomous system number 1 with the name of a keychain. Also keychain name is My-KeyChain. Okay, IP authentication mode. Now it is down. That is the neighborship has been that's what is showing and it's been coming up and after some it will go some due to this keychain issues. So we just IP authentication mode EIGRP 1 MD5. That's it. Now we just want to configure the same thing in router C as well. Running configuration. This is the keychain which I'm going to configure it on here. Okay. Interface fastethernet 0/1. IP authentication mode EIGRP 1 MD5. IP authentication. Keychain is My-KeyChain. Okay. Now it should be formed. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Yeah. The link is being formed for 5 seconds. Okay. So far so good. You can just thing with some of the loopbacks. Just make sure everything is working fine. Okay, 2.1 172 16.2.1 16.3.1. This is with 1.1 3.1 1.1 and 2.1 is reachable. 1. Okay. So far so good. Everything seems to be fine. Check after configuration authentication neighborship. Again confirm. Yeah, we have confirmed it. Everything seems to be fine. Can also check with this. Yeah. Can also check the keychain over here. It's pgrspot. Keyid is 1. That's it. That's it about basic configuration of EIGRP. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any queries or doubts regarding this configuration, you can just give a comment. Thanks for watching. Until next time.